Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is the Quran Reloaded. And we're back to do yet another reaction video. Yeah, this one's a little different because it doesn't come to us from the Prophet's Path or any big channel. I almost feel bad about doing this one because this guy clearly doesn't do this often or well.
Ever.
And
He's very bad.
At the time of doing this, he has like 50 subscribers.
Actually, it's 48.
Is it 48? I almost feel bad. But the word almost is in front of the feel bad. So, anyway.
I would. This is Abu Bakr Siddiq Debunks. That's his channel, so I assume his name is Abu Bakr, which is a good name. It's a good name. I don't know what it is, but this is not doing well in the likes to dislikes. As of now, it has 6 to 106, which is unheard of for us because everyone likes what we do.
Yay! So anyways, let's go ahead and check out what he has to say about Sicc Atheist Arguments Debunked.
This video is going to go through the main arguments which atheists make, and I shall attempt to debunk it.
Like any real atheist debunker, Abu Bakr here has a roll of toilet paper just chilling in his bedroom. It shows he's ready for anything, even if that thing is him accidentally shitting in his own bedroom.
I'll be going through about 3 or 4 things, and these are very popular.
The title says 6, though. So were you just making these up as you went? Can you not count to 6?
Atheist arguments, and I'll just pluck them off one by one, according to my own teachings which I've taught myself.
Teachings which you have taught yourself, or as I like to call them, shit I made up.
And what I've read in the Quran, the latter coming before the former. So I'll just be answering all these questions with what the Quran teaches us.
Get to the point!
And it's very in tune with logic. So here we go. Right.
So you decided to have a cut here, but you decided you didn't want to cut before the ever-important typing on the keyboard scene. This guy is a cinematic master.
Argument number 1. Atheists say that there's evil in the world. So why does God allow this for, if he is most beneficent and if he's merciful?
Okay, so argument number 1 is the problem of evil, which, in my opinion, is one of the more interesting apologetics to get into, because it kind of puts the believer on the ropes right away, in the sense that nobody can deny that bad shit happens. I'm sure he'll give us a brilliant response, just judging by his preparedness and bedroom survival toilet paper.
Well, the answer to that is the Quran doesn't ignore this. God in the Quran says quite clearly, it's a test.
Oh, it's a test, like when I lock my dog in the basement without food or water for a week to see if they're smart enough to still love me afterward.
And it might seem like God's not helping you. It might seem that poor people and God's not helping, but they might have their share in the next life.
I love that he says they might. Like, even as a Muslim, he's not entirely sure if they're being tested or if God just hates poor people.
And that sentence right there is exactly how Abrahamic religions got so popular. Oh, you have it bad? No worries, you're gonna die and get a mansion, and gold, and food, and your dick will be swallowed whole by innocent yet lusty virgin college co-eds, 2 or 3 at a time. That'll be 10% of your monthly income and a lifetime of shame, please.
Number 2 argument, the inconsistency of world religions. Basically, there's the argument that there's so many different types of gods and religions out there. So it's very hard to determine the one true God. So if I'm a Muslim, so atheists say if I'm a Muslim, what if the Christian God is the right one? What if the Hindu God is the right one? What if the Jewish God is the right one? So, you know, you've basically diluted the concept of God. But it's not like that.
I think that guy has that Michael J. Fox disease. In other news, the multiple religions argument isn't the strongest argument one could make against general theism, rather a specific religion. Now, as of right now, I haven't heard this reply, but basically you're asking for proof of one specific religion and all you're going to get is bogged down in all sorts of bullshit that won't really be an answer to your question. The person might say something to the effect of, Islam is true because Muhammad wrote it down, or Catholicism is true because of unbroken apostolic succession, and so on. Basically, they have already gone through the mental gymnastics to justify their faith, so I don't find this particular version of argument to be incredibly useful unless it's towards someone already kind of on the fence.
I like that non-Abrahamic religions don't come up at all because reasons.
It's the same one God, I can tell you. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It's the same one God. The Quran. In the Quran, God says He revealed the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran.
See, he just said something to the effect of, it's written in the books this way, so there. Nothing. This answer got us nowhere. Fuck you, Abba Baker, and your hair. It looks really soft, though. Looks like wool. Doesn't it look like a sheep?
Yeah, a
Like
little
an
bit.
unshaven sheep?
Yeah.
Now moving on to argument number 3. Some people tend to think that because I was born into a Muslim family, I'm going to be a Muslim. So it runs in my tradition, in my family, and I would have been Muslim if I wasn't born a Muslim. That's not true. By coincidence, I'm a Muslim. I was born into a Muslim family.
The argument he's debunking so gracefully is that most people are the faith they are due to the geographical reasons and often coincide with the views of their immediate family, which is demonstrably true. It's the reason these religions advocate procreation so much, actually. To bolster numbers, because they know the kids are very likely to have the same faith of their parents, and for this guy to say, I'm not the type of guy to follow a faith blindly, he's not taking into account the different circumstances he'd have faced, which would have made him an entirely different person if he were born into another family, or say, adopted.
Yeah, I'm sure if this guy was born as a little Bobby in bumfuck nowhere, Louisiana, he certainly would have found the light of Allah right before being shot by his Baptist neighbor.
I've read the Quran, I've read the science and the truth of the science, and I've read its moral code, and I can honestly say it's 100% correct.
And also, the founder raping a kid isn't a bug, it's a feature.
Right, some people tend to think that religion is backward, and you seem to think of it as something of the past.
I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to say with this argument, but I'm going to take a stab at it and assume he's saying that atheists tell him Islam is false because it's old? If you're an atheist and you use this argument, you are dumb. I've never heard it, to be fair. It doesn't seem to be a very effective form of argument, though. You know what else is old? Apple pie, and it's delicious. It's an institution. Blowjobs? Those are probably old. Those are the best.
If you look at the key scientists, and the main scientists, and the main inventors, and the main people, it's only a few here and there, like Einstein.
Holy shit, a theist who doesn't claim Einstein was a devout Christian and or Jew? Guys, I found the unicorn!
And then he proceeds to use the argument from authority and ad populum. Will you stop? Will you just stop it, though?
That didn't believe in God. Everyone who created the TV, who created the phone, who created all these wonderful things, most of them believed in God. So that argument holds no weight. Holds no weight at all. And we would never have hit this modern age if it wasn't for the work of our Christian and our Muslim ancestors.
So, while it's technically true, since you can't be anywhere unless the people before you perform the actions necessary for you to causally be where you are right now, butterfly effect and such, it wasn't because of Christianity and Islam that we have all these amazing advancements in science and technology. And honestly, it's been quite often in spite of them in recent history. Heliocentrism, relativity, Darwinian evolution, and so on have been fought by religious groups the world over. Also anal.
A moral code came in the form of books sent by God in the Quran and the Bible, and it educated people
Like selling your daughters and how to beat your slave correctly.
to live in a better way.
One of the many lessons Abba Baker has learned to live in a more better way is the bedroom toilet paper. As it happens, he has also introduced a shower raincoat into his daily routine and is currently workshopping putting an electric skillet on his nightstand for those late-night munchies.
And the Muslims use the teachings of the Quran incredibly well, and they created a golden age.
If by golden age you mean a vast network of infighting, terrorism, and general acts of socially regressive behavior, then yes, it is very, very golden.
Okay, now let's move on to the next argument, which is I've lost count. Atheists say, I don't believe in God because I can't see it.
That's not the argument. The argument is, I don't believe in gods because there's not sufficient evidence to support the claim of them existing, and any evidence that I have been met with thus far has been less than compelling. You dirty cunt.
Atoms, they exist. Do you believe in it? Yeah, of course you believe in it. You've seen it through a telescope, but...
Wait, this guy sees atoms in his telescope? I'm not confident he's using a telescope correctly.
You can't see it physically.
Alright, if Lionel Richie's seminal album Can't Slow Down isn't scientific proof of love, then I don't know what is. And it's great for fucking too.
Basically, what God says in the Quran is that it's actually a crime to not believe in God. You're doing a crime against your own soul, because God says in the Quran that He's made it very obvious and very easy to believe in God.
Does that sound reasonable to you, person named Abu Baker?
Right, what's the next argument? Atheists say religion creates hardship and war. And they think that if there was no religion, we'd be living in a very peaceful world.
While true from time to time, that's not really an argument against there being a god. A god could easily make people fight wars, and there are dozens of examples in the holy books describing him waging wars on behalf of various tribes of Jews or Muslims. I do think there would be less to fight about if we were all homogenous in our belief of anything, whether it was Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, or no supernatural belief at all. Homogeneity is comfortable to human beings, and having that prevents violent disagreements. That said, I'm not sure a world filled with only secular people would ever find a reason not to fight. People are a fickle and violent bunch, but I can tell you that a lack of religious zeal would certainly help our chances.
Stalin killed so many people when he killed millions of people, Stalin, like hundreds of millions. Why did he kill hundreds of millions of people?
So it's a nitpick, but Stalin is only credited with like 34 to 49 million deaths. Frankly, I think he was a bit lazy.
So that's about it. I should tell you, believe in God, try it out for one day. See what you feel like.
So is God like the Pepsi challenge now? What do you mean try it out for a day?
Who's Coke?
Satan.
Oh. Well, it turns out I prefer Satan with my whiskey.
And with that sentiment, I shall leave you. Bye.
I feel like he forgot and relearned how to cut footage several times throughout the video. Sometimes he'll cut out things clearly, and sometimes he'll leave it in. Like, either cut it or don't, dude. This has nothing to do with you being a Muslim. Learn how to edit a video.
We lingered way too long while you were trying to figure out how to stop the camera.
So, yeah, that's the video. I almost feel bad about this one. This dude was not prepared
he was not good. Didn't work out.
Maybe you're a nice guy. I don't have anything against you. Please get your shit together before next time, and maybe remove the toilet paper from the camera shot.
This was 2 years ago. I don't think he's on here anymore.
All right. Well, that's probably for the best.
Does he have anything else?
Oh, he has other videos. I think it's either Armored...
I have physical proof God exists. Oh.
I think someone else just did Logic, I think, or maybe it's Armored Skeptic. I get them confused sometimes. They're doing a breakdown of that video.
Oh, are they? Then we can't do that one. Then we should do a different one, like best goal ever. You know it. FIFA 13, iPhone/iPad, Real Madrid versus Manchester City. It's only 9 seconds. Let's review it real quick. Okay, so they're kicking the ball around. It's got really terrible graphics. That was the best goal ever. Wow. Just kind of kicked it in there.
This guy's not good at that either. He is transcending genres and being the worst at all of them. But anyway,
all he did was get behind the defense and then shoot a goal. That's how goals happen. That's every goal. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. So thanks everyone. We were posting some stuff here because Bible Reloaded got a DMCA thing, but it's looking like that's going to get resolved like real quick after we threatened lawsuits and whatnot.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Other than that, you can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded, and you can also subscribe to the channel and get stuff because we do these. Here. And you liked this. You liked this.
You can always donate to our Patreon campaign. We do once a month patron only hangout. That's a lot of fun. We gotta hurry. I gotta poop so bad. I'm gonna poop my pants.
Wow, you do have to poop.
I gotta poop so bad.
He had to poop when we started, but now he's sharing it with you guys.
It's getting bad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
is it turtling?
A little bit. Thanks, everyone. I gotta go poop.
This is so real, by the way. This is not made up. He's actually got to poop.
I have no time for this.